Hello students, good morning. Now today we are going to discuss about uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion means is the motion of an object traveling with constant speed. Motion of an object traveling with constant speed, that is called uniform circular motion. In uniform circular motion, we will discuss about first centripetal force. Centripetal force is that force which acts along radius of circular path, and speed of the object will remain constant while velocity undergoing changing at every point, that is called centripetal force. So let us consider an object. Let us consider an object moving along circular path. Moving along circular path. Object is at point this. So force acting on the particle is this. O with the center of circular path. If object is at point B, force exerted on the particle along radius towards center. If object is at point C, then force acting like this. If object is at point D, then force exerted on the body, that is along radius towards center of circular path, that is called centripetal force. F, this is also F, this is also F. Speed of the object will remain constant. Now force applied on the body F, that is equal to m into A from Newton second. F that is equal to m into A from Newton second. But centripetal force F C, that is equal to m V square divided by my R. Now this centripetal force Fc can be written as, where V is equal to R omega. V is equal to R omega. Now Fc that is equal to m R square omega square divided by my R. Now centripetal force m R omega square. Then omega is equal to 2 pi divided by t. We have already discussed omega is equal to 2 pi divided by t. Now centripetal force Fc that is equal to m R 2 pi divided by t ka whole square. Therefore m R 4 pi square t square. But 1 by t, that is equal to mu frequency. 1 by t, that is frequency. Therefore this relation can be m R 4 pi square mu square. That is also centripetal force. This is also centripetal force. This is also centripetal force. Now next one is centrifugal force. Centrifugal force. Centrifugal force. Now centrifugal force, the force which act along radius but away from the center, that is called centrifugal force. Which act along radius but away from the center, that is also centrifugal force. Centrifugal force having same relation as that of centripetal force. So centrifugal force, that is, we can say pseudo force, which is equal to m V square divided by r. This can be written as Fg, that is equal to m R omega square. Fg that is equal to m R 4 pi square divided by t square. Fg centrifugal force, which is written as m R 4 pi square mu square. All these are relation of centrifugal force. Centrifugal force called pseudo force. Means pseudo force can't be calculated as centripetal force. As centripetal force. Now next one is banking of rod. Banking of rod. As we have many daily experiences in our life, when there is a circular trend on the road, so outer edge of road is slightly above the inner edge of road. This phenomena of raising of outer edge of road, that is called banking of road. That is called banking of road. Now, in this article, we will derive the expression for angle of banking. Banking of road. Banking of road. Banking of road means the outer edge of road is raised above the inner edge of road, that is called banking of road. This is the inner edge. This is the outer edge. This is the level. There is no banking. When banking means the outer edge of road given some extra material and raised above the inner edge of road, that is called banking of road. So this outer edge of road raised above through an angle theta. This banking of road help us to provide centripetal force, and this centripetal force help us to bind the vehicle along inner edge of road. So this is vehicle. And R be the reactional force act on the vehicle. R be the reactional force act on this vehicle. Mg weight of the vehicle acting vertically downward. Weight of the vehicle acting vertically downward. This reactional force can be resolved in two rectangular component. One component, that is R cos theta, vertical opposite to weight of the vehicle. Another component, that is R sin theta, x along center of circular track or center of road, R sin theta. Now F be the frictional force between road and tires. This frictional force help us to provide centripetal force, and this centripetal force bind the vehicle to inner edge of the road. So the frictional force can be resolved in two rectangular component. One component, that is F cos theta, another component, that is F sin theta. If there is no motion of the vehicle along vertical, it means net force acting on the vehicle, that is 0. So force exerted along vertically upward, that is equal to R cos theta. R cos theta. And vertical opposite to R cos theta, that is equal to F sin theta plus weight of the vehicle acting vertically downward. This can be written as R cos theta minus F sin theta, that is equal to M into G. Equation number first. Two forces acting along center of circular track or center of road, that's are F sin theta, sorry, R sin theta and F cos theta. These two forces means R sin theta plus F cos theta acts along center of circular track. These two forces will provide centripetal force, and this centripetal force help us to maintain vehicle along center of circular track. So these two forces will provide centripetal force mv square divided by r. This is equation number 2. Now equation second divided by my equation first, we get equation second divided by my equation first, we get r sin theta plus f cos theta, r sin theta plus f cos theta divided by r cos theta minus f sin theta, that is equal to mv square divided by r divided by m into g. This is equation number third. Equation third dividing by r cos theta in numerator and denominator of left hand side. Equation third only left hand side in numerator and denominator both divided by r cos theta. Equation third left hand side dividing by r cos theta in numerator and denominator. So we get r sin theta divided by r cos theta plus f cos theta divided by r cos theta upon r cos theta upon r cos theta. R cos theta divided by r cos theta minus f sin theta divided by r cos theta, which is equal to m cancel out, v square divided by rg. V square divided by rg, we get r cancel out, sin theta divided by cos theta, that is tangent theta, f upon r cos theta cancel out, plus f divided by r cos theta cancel out. Now in denominator r cos theta cancel out by r cos theta, that we get 1 minus f upon r sin theta divided by cos theta, f divided by r sin theta divided by cos theta, that tangent theta, that is equal to v square divided by rg. V square divided by rg. Now we will find out the speed of the vehicle that is permissible to move along circular path without skidding. We know F divided by R, that is equal to coefficient of friction, coefficient of static friction. F divided by R, ratio of frictional force to normal reaction, that is coefficient of friction. And coefficient of friction mu s, so tangent theta plus mu s upon 1 minus mu s tangent theta, that is equal to v square divided by rg, where v is equal to rg tangent theta plus mu s 1 minus mu s tangent theta, that is permissible speed of vehicle on a banked road without skidding. If coefficient of friction between roads and tire is 0, then what will be the speed of vehicle on banked road? If mu s is equal to 0, then v is equal to rg tangent theta, this. Thank you. Have a nice day. Please stay tuned for unit number 4 in continuity. Thank you.